So in the whole numbers module, we talked about order of operations. We're going to go ahead and review order of operations with fractions as well as decimals, so you get a little more practice. Now, you hopefully you remember that acronym PEMDAS. Okay. P stands for parentheses, E is exponents, M and D is multiply and divide. And if you have multiply and divide together in the same expression, you could go left to right. And then, of course, A and S stand for addition, subtraction. Same deal with that. If you have add, subtract together in the same expression, just go left to right. All right. Now, I'm just going to make up a couple of problems. There's obviously lots of different ways of doing or lots of different types of problems you can work through, but let me just give you a couple to work through here. And if you want, feel free to stop the video or pause it and see if you can solve it, and then come back if you want. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and solve this. Notice I have subtract and addition. Okay, so add, subtract, and remember with the add, subtract, it doesn't matter that the A comes before the S. We're always just going to go left to right. All right, so we're going to go in this direction, left to right. So that means I'm going to subtract 1/2 from 3/4, and then I will add 5/8. Now, before I go ahead and work with those operations, I want a common denominator. So this is just a little review of adding and subtracting. We're going to go ahead and convert all of those denominators to 8s because 4 and 2 are factors of 8. And so I'll go ahead and just change them. That's going to become 6/8 minus 4/8 plus 5/8. And now, like I said, we're going to go left to right. So 6 take away 4 is 2/8. And now I'm going to add, so 2 plus 5 is 7. So 7/8. Okay, let's try another one. Let's say, well, let's try one with some parentheses. Let's say we've got 2 times the quantity of 2/3 minus 1/6. Okay, remember, if you don't see an operation sign between a number and parentheses, you can assume that's multiplication. PEMDAS looks like we've got multiplication, we've got subtraction. We also have parentheses. So we want to take care of what's inside the parentheses first before we do any outside operations. So in this case, we're going to be subtracting first and then multiplying, because we've got to evaluate what the value of this is before we can multiply it to the 2. Now, of course, you could do distributive property, excuse me, but we're going to go ahead and just solve it with solving inside the parentheses first. We'll talk more about distributive property in the next class. Okay, so again, we need common denominators. 3 goes into 6 evenly, so I'm going to change this 2/3 to 4/3, or excuse me, 4/6. Okay, 3 times 2 is 6, 2 times 2 is 4. Again, I'm going to bring down this part. 4 take away 1 is 3/6. We could reduce that. I'll go ahead and reduce that. That's going to be 1/2. This is 2 times 1/2. You can rewrite that as 2/1 times 1/2. And of course, these 2's cancel each other out. And we're left with 1/1, which is the same thing as 1.